Welcome to Marketing 459 Professional Selling and Sales Management. This is Chapter 7. Right? Chapter 7 Developing, Delivering, and Reinforcing a Sales Training Program. Developing, delivering, and reinforcing a sales training program. Okay? In the Chinese Book of History, Shu Qing once said, "Those who seek mentoring will rule the great expanse under heaven. Those who seek mentoring will rule the great expanse under heaven." Okay? That is, try to seek mentoring. Right? In some companies, some businesses, even university campuses, the supervisor will normally give the new hire, assign a new hire a mentor. I had mentors. I had mentors when I first joined the faculty of Drexel University, and also I had a faculty mentor when I joined University of South Carolina, Aiken. And you don't have to bother the mentor too much, or the mentor does not have to spend a whole lot of time with you, but you need someone there so you can ask questions, get advice, seek guidance. And even if your company does not have a system like this, mentoring system like this, you can still ask someone like who is junior, who's a senior of yours, who is in leadership positions. Ask them to be your mentor, and seek guidance in your career development. That's gonna be good for you in the long run. Okay, let's talk about developing, delivering, and reinforcing sales training program. Okay, in doing that, in developing and conducting a sales training program, there are several things you need to take into consideration. Okay, first, training assessment. Okay? You assess to determine your need. Assess to determine your need in training. Okay? Then you need to design your program. You have a good program design. And then once the program is done, you need to reinforce it. So the reinforcement of training program. And finally, you have to have an evaluation of the training program. Is it effective or not? Did it achieve its objective or not? Okay. In the training assessment, in assessing the need for that, you need to establish your program objectives. What do you want to achieve? And what's your objective to achieve in this program? Okay. Second, identify who should be trained. Who should be trained? Okay. We'll talk more about this later. Identify training needs and specific goals. Your training needs and specific goals in the training program. And then how much training is needed. Obviously, you need to get them to work, so you cannot just train them over and over on and on again, right? So how much training is needed? That's in the training assessment part. Then you design your program of training. Who should do the training? Who should be the one to do the training? Okay? When should the training take place? When should the training take place? Right? Where should training be done? Where should training be done? Right? The content of training, and also the teaching methods used in training program. Okay? That's design program. Then in the reinforcement stage, determine how training will be reinforced. How do we reinforce the training? Okay? In the evaluation stage, what outcomes will be evaluated? What outcomes will be evaluated? And what measures will be used to do the evaluation? Okay? These are the things you need to take into consideration. Okay? So first, let's talk about the objectives of sales training program. What can you achieve as your objective of a sales training program? Okay? So you can have many objectives here, right? First one, of course, is increased sales productivity. Increased sales productivity. You train them to be more productive, to generate more sales revenue for the company. Okay? Also, you train them to lower the turnover. Lower the turnover. Okay? It's estimated that 20% of the sales force of a company organization is gone, is lost due to attrition, death, job transfer, promotions, and other reasons. So, in other words, you have to replenish your sales force by 20% every year. In other words, you will probably have to hire new sales reps every year, 20% of your sales force, 1 in 5. Okay, so how do you train them to lower the turnover? So you can retain those good, high-performing sales rep. Okay, that's another objective. Yet another one is to improve morale. Improve morale. Right? If the sales is down or the business is bad, the people's morale is low, you may want to train them to improve their morale. So boost morale. Okay? You may train them to improve communications among the sales reps and between the sales rep and their sales supervisor or managers. Improve communications. And you train them to improve customer relations. The relationship between salesperson and their customers, and how to improve that. And you train them to improve self-management. Remember, the salesperson has to be self-motivated, right? A self-starter. You have to improve their self-management. So these are the objectives you can achieve in their training program design, right? Designed to do all of them, maybe one at a time, or maybe one or two at a time in the same program. Okay? Here are some examples of specific training objectives, right? Specific training objective, like company orientation and administrative skills. Company orientation and admin skills. Okay? You train them to understand the company goals and objectives. What's your company's goal? What's your objectives of the company? Okay? Try to train them to understand that. Understand the company's selling and philosophy. Company selling philosophy. Okay? Understand organizational structure. Know who's whom and where to report, where to go to find help, etc. Yeah? Understand company policies and procedures. Improve call reports. Remember, a call is a sales call. A sales call is a visit to a customer. When you complete a sales call, you need to fill out a report. Okay? Your report. And then improve call patterns, the patterns of your call. Okay? Improve time management. Improve salesperson's time management skills. Right? Here are all the company orientation and administrative skills. Okay? The next set of examples of specific training objectives are the knowledge related, like knowledge about existing products, the features, the benefits, and applications. Okay? About new products, features, benefits, and applications. Okay? Train them about the industry trends, the trends in the industry, in your industry. Okay? You also need to train them about the competitors' products. Know their competitors' products, features, benefits, and applications. Okay? Train them the knowledge on specific customer applications and problems. Specific customer applications and problems. The knowledge about that. Okay? Train them on the knowledge about promotional programs you have. Okay? These are all knowledge set that you train them to increase the knowledge on that. Okay? Also, you can train. You should just set up your training program with the objective of improving their selling skills. Selling skills. Okay? Improve the pre-call planning. Remember the sales professional selling process. There's a pre-call, right? How to improve their pre-call planning, right? How to improve their prospecting method. Prospecting, the process of finding prospects, prospecting method. Improve their strategy selection. Select a good strategy for them, right? Improve their presentation skills. How to make a better presentation. Okay? Improve on their closing technique, how to close the sales, ask for sales, ask for order, close the deal. Okay? Closing techniques, and improve understanding and handling objectives, how to handle objectives. Okay? And improve their customer sensitivity. Be sensitive to customers' needs and wants. These are all parts of the objectives of a sales training program. Who should be the one to train your salespeople? Sometimes you think, oh, someone experienced maybe, or someone higher up in the hierarchy, or the boss, not necessarily so. Okay. There's three three sources of a trainer, or where you can find your trainers. Okay? You can have your line executives to do the training. You can have a staff trainer to do the training, or you can have an outside specialist to do the training. Okay. I was asked or invited to be trainer for professional selling programs, seminars in many places. I belong to the category of outside specialist, a marketing professor. And basically, if you have a line executive as a source, as a person to do the training, there are definitely advantages. Right? There is greater credibility because this person may be the vice president of marketing, or vice president of sales, or president of company. Yeah. And they have clearer expectations. Okay? They're more thorough through more thorough evaluation of the candidates. You can have more thorough evaluation of the candidates. Okay? The disadvantage of line executive as a trainer, one is lack of time. They don't have time to do that, right? Or the lack of teaching ability. Someone may have the knowledge or experience, but the person may not be an effective teacher, may not be able to pass down that information, part that information to you. So then that's not a good teacher or trainer. Okay? Staff trainers. Some companies hire staff trainers, people who do nothing but training. Okay? They have greater time. They're hired to do that. They have more resources. They have better training skills. They learn to be trainers, so they have better training skills. But the disadvantage of having a staff trainer is there is additional expense to hire someone. There's a lack of authority. The person does not have the authority figure or status in the company, and also less credibility. Okay? Outside specialists. Others normally has greater specialization and expertise. Okay? That's why the person is hired as a specialist. Okay? But disadvantage as the outside specialist is that there's additional expense as well, and also the program content, not specific to company needs. I found that to be the case too when I gave the training, because I didn't know too much about the industry, but I do know the principles in selling. So then I had to find more applications or specifics about the industry that I was I was giving this seminar to the people in the industry. Okay, so who should be who should be one to train the salespeople? Okay, you have three choices here. Okay? Also, when should the training take place? When should the training take place? Okay? The two basic attitudes or two choices, two ways of doing that. Okay? One school of thought is that you train them immediately. As soon as you have a new salesperson coming on board, you train them immediately, right? Why? Because you believe no rep should be placed in the field until he or she is fully trained. Okay? Second, you cannot risk exposing customers to poorly trained reps. Therefore, you do the training immediately on all of them. There's one school of thought, one method, right? One approach. The second way is delay training. You want delay training. You don't try to train them right away. You delay maybe after 3 months, 6 months, or a year. You delay training because it's much easier to train people who have had some field experience. Put them in the field, let them work, let them start selling, right? Accumulate some experience. Then you need to train them. You give them training, they're better at learning. When I give training seminars to salespeople in the real world, in the companies, I found that the people with 1 or 2 years of selling experience, sales experience, are the ones who can actually understood and feel more comfortable about what I taught better. So that's true. That's fact. And also another reason for this delayed training is that the weak salespeople are eliminated before companies spend money on training them. There are people who are not not going to be a good salesperson, okay? Or they're not built to be a good salesperson, and you don't want to waste money and resource on training them, only to find that they have to withdraw or they have to quit this field, right? So those weak salespeople are eliminated. Then you only focus on the ones that are strong, good candidate that you can give them training, okay? So there's two attitudes about training. When to train, immediately or delay. So what do you think? Okay, what's your thought upon that? What's your thought on that? Okay, think about that. Okay, also to the chapter end discussion questions on Blackboard. There will be training exercise, or there will be discussion questions pertaining salespeople training. Okay. Where should training take place? The next question is where should training take place? You can have decentralized training or centralized training. Decentralized or centralized. What's a decentralized training? That is, you do not get them together. All the companies sales rep putting one together in one place to train them. That's centralized. Decentralized, and it's less expensive, right? It can take more time to do, right? You can involve the sales manager in the training process, but the disadvantage is that the sales manager often lacks time and skill to properly train. So that the decentralized, having the training done all over the place. Okay? Centralized training, yeah, you get them all, put them all together, right? Get them all into one, fly them into a hotel, large hotel, have like week-long training. Okay. Centralized training involves a personnel dedicated to, excuse me, excuse me, dedicated to and highly skilled in training, like those professional trainers or outside specialists, right? It allows for interaction with home office, right? And also normally as the headquarters of company. Right? The reps will stay away. They'll stay in hotels, near at the headquarters. They can focus on training, right? And won't go home. at night. Okay, they would spend a few days, few weeks there. The disadvantage of here is, of course, it's more expensive and limited amount of time, and the reps kept away from home and family. And that may make some people unhappy. Okay, that's where to have the training taking place. Okay? As to the methodologies of your training, right? Here are some methodologies here, right? Here you can have lectures, give them discussions, okay? Have demonstration here, right? You can use web-based training. You can use audio cassettes, right? You can give them on-the-job training, okay? And show them videos, right? And you can give them mentoring and role playing. Okay, for company knowledge, okay, you can use lectures, discussions, web-based, and mentoring. Okay? For product knowledge, you can use almost all of them, all the tools. Okay? All the tools are appropriate for product knowledge, except for role playing. Okay? For market industry knowledge, you can use lectures, discussions, probably not demo, but you can use web-based audio, on-demand videos, and mentoring. Okay. Selling skills, you can use all of them, including role playing. Okay. On time management, you can use lectures, discussion, demonstration, and probably not these two, but on the job, videos, and mentoring, and not role playing. So you can choose the different methodologies, different methods for different per type of training you have. Okay, so this is a training content and matrix and methods matrix. Okay. What to train, right? Basically, if you look at this, we use what we call the task, growth, and meta KSAs. KSAs are knowledge, skills, and abilities. KSA, knowledge, skills, and abilities. This will be in your test. Make sure you understand that. Okay, knowledge, skills, and abilities that you train them on. Okay, there are some meta KSAs. And then there's a growth KSAs, and then there's a task KSAs, right? You start with the task KSAs on top, right? Basically, your selling skills, your business principles, product knowledge, company knowledge, customer knowledge, territory management, relationship building skills, and computer skills and legal knowledge. These are all task-related knowledge, skills, and abilities. The task is they have to have that, right? And then there are also growth knowledge, skills, and abilities. That is their adaptability, okay? Their creativity, their coping skills, their emotional intelligence, their training receptivity, and selling beliefs. These are all related to their professional career growth, and we call the growth KSAs, knowledge, skills, and abilities. Yeah. And then there's the meta KSAs, like self-management and learning orientations. These are the meta KSAs, knowledge, skills, and the capabilities. Okay? So they have the foundational meta KSA about self-management and learning, and then you have their growth KSAs, and then more task KSAs. So this will be like the pyramid, like a structure for all the different type of KSA or knowledge, skills, and abilities you have to develop in your sales force. Okay? To ensure training effectiveness, to ensure your effectiveness in training, the managers should ask the following questions. You need to ask yourself the following questions. First one, is your training aligned with your company's strategic goals? Is your training aligned with your company's strategic goals. If not, you need to rethink, okay? Make sure your training is in line with the company's strategic development. Second, does top management support your training? Your top management may not support your training. They may think, hey, it's more of priority to just go out and sell something, okay? Does it reflect needs of your customers? Does it reflect the needs of the customers? Is that what your customer needs? Right? Or it's just, if it's unrelated to their needs, should you do that? Okay? Is immediately relevant to your business? Immediately relevant. Yeah, is it relevant or immediately relevant to your business? Okay? Are the salespeople empowered to leverage what they learn? Can they leverage what they learn and have the authority to act on that? Okay? Is training reinforced? Can you reinforce training? Okay? Are the results of the training measurable? Results of training measurable? Can you measure the effectiveness of your training? Okay? These are the questions you need to ask yourself to ensure training effectiveness. Okay? There's some myth. There's some prevalent myth about the selling process, okay, that I need you to be aware of. Okay, myth number one: salespeople are born, not made. Salespeople are born, not made. There may be truth in that saying. They're true to a certain extent, right? But they are people. Of course, a lot of good salespeople are born. But there are cases where you can make a person, train a person to be a good salesperson. So it's not entirely true. Okay. Myth number two: salespeople must be good talkers. Salespeople must be good talkers. Well, we see that salespeople talk a lot, right? Talk a lot. Good salespeople often talk a lot too, right? But you don't always have to be a good talker. Okay? Sometimes a good listener also can make sales. So again, myth number two: true, but not always true. There's some truth to it. Myth number three: selling is a matter of knowing the right techniques or tricks. Selling is a matter of knowing the right techniques or tricks. You're just using a technique or tricks to make it sell. That's probably not true. Okay, it could be effective, but not always true. Myth number four: a good salesperson can sell anything. Can a good salesperson sell anything? Yeah. Well, largely this could be true, right? It could be true, but you need more training on many things. You cannot just anything, right? And there are things that are so specialized, you need some special training now. Okay? Myth number five: a good salesperson can sell ice to an Eskimo. A good salesperson can sell ice to an Eskimo. Can you sell ice to an Eskimo? Can you? Think about that. I give you a few minutes to think about this. If you are asked to sell ice to an Eskimo, right? Can you do that? Right? What do you do? What do you say? How can you sell them? Right? I asked many of my students the same questions. I think I got some who actually came up with some really good answers. One of them said that the Eskimos, of course, they eat fish, seals, all those raw meats, all those things, right? They may lack vitamins in their bodies. So I'm gonna sell them vitamin ice cubes with vitamin enriched in order to help them, make them healthier. Okay? I think that's a great idea. Yeah? Don't you think that's a good idea? Right? Sell vitamin ice to the Eskimos. That's a good one. Right? Myth number six: people do not want to buy. This is wrong. Right? People do want to buy. People do need to buy. Okay? It's just they have to find a good deal for them, or best customer service, best product, or best salesperson to sell them to. Okay, so people do want to buy. It's not that people don't want to buy. Okay, these are some myths. Some have certain truth in it, some are incorrect, some are correct. So I need you to be clear about that. Okay. Okay, I think that's all I have for this chapter. I'll see you next time. Bye.